Welcome to my channel. Today we will delve into a topic that many men often overlook and neglect to consider. Let's cut to the chase. There are certain statements made by women that should immediately raise your awareness. Not every woman deserves your time, energy, or respect. The challenge at hand: many individuals overlook the signals, believing they can alter her perspective, engage in rational discussions, or, even more misguided, demonstrate their value. Allow me to share a thought with you. When a woman expresses specific phrases, she unveils her perspective, her anticipations, and crucially, whether she regards you as someone worthy of respect or merely as a means to an end. It is essential to recognize that women express themselves in ways that differ from men. Men typically express themselves straightforwardly, whereas women frequently convey their genuine intentions through nuanced communication, including their choice of words, demeanor, and underlying expectations. Without the ability to listen, you may become ensnared in relationships that exhaust you, control you, and undermine your strength as a man. This is precisely why the topic at hand holds significant importance. There are specific remarks a woman might make that warrant your departure. Without hesitation, embrace resolve. There are no opportunities for do-overs. Before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my tips for men on how to get the woman of your dreams. And if this video resonates with you, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0. Your feedback helps me create better content for you. These phrases carry weight. They serve as cautionary signals. Such thoughts expose a way of thinking that may guide you toward frustration, vulnerability, and remorse. Let us be unequivocal. This is not about harboring animosity towards women. This concerns the wisdom of recognizing when to safeguard your own well-being as an individual. This concerns the importance of maintaining one's dignity. Many individuals have squandered precious time in pursuit of a woman's approval, only to find that respect was never part of the equation. They have relinquished their aspirations, diminished their self-assurance, and even doubted their intrinsic worth, all due to their disregard for the initial signals of trouble. But that ends now. In this video, I will outline 5 particular statements a woman may make that should prompt you to reconsider your engagement and step away. Move forward with resolve. Some of these may catch you off guard. There may be those who question the lessons you have received. However, I assure you, each one of these is a warning sign that you must not overlook. If you find yourself weary of investing time in those who fail to value your worth, and if you are prepared to discern the signals before it becomes too late, then continue with me. What I'm about to share has the potential to spare you from prolonged periods of frustration. Let us proceed with purpose. Before we begin, I have established a community on Podia, where I meticulously outline everything you need to understand, step by step. You will receive straightforward, actionable guidance that enhances your self-assurance and fosters deeper, more significant relationships. What stands out the most? The initial 20 individuals who commit will receive a unique discount opportunity. Embrace the moment without reservation. Follow the link in the description to secure your place. If you recognize someone who might benefit from this, pass it along to them. 1. I am self-sufficient and do not rely on a man. When a woman declares, "I don't need a man," it is wise to listen carefully. That transcends mere words. It embodies a way of thinking. Such a mindset will turn every interaction with her into an ongoing struggle. This is the type of woman who perceives men as non-essential rather than precious. Such a path poses risks for any individual seeking respect, appreciation, and true partnership. Clarity is essential. Independence in a woman is a virtue, not a flaw. A man of true worth seeks a woman who possesses her own strength and independence. There exists a significant distinction between a woman who embodies independence and one who persistently promotes the notion that men lack value. A woman who genuinely respects and values men will not find it necessary to proclaim her independence loudly. Those who express this sentiment frequently carry a burden of validation to oneself, to the community, or perhaps to you. It's possible she has experienced pain before and constructed this belief as a means of self-protection. Perhaps she has been swayed by contemporary society that promotes the idea of disregarding men altogether. Regardless of the circumstances, it is essential to grasp this fundamental truth. A woman who thinks she is self-sufficient will struggle to hold respect for a man. Without respect, a relationship is doomed from the start, lacking the foundation necessary for growth. Now, let us examine how this manifests in our daily existence. A man begins a relationship with a woman who confidently asserts, "I don't require a man to find happiness." Initially, he regards it with indifference. Yet, as time progresses, he becomes aware of the subtle details. Her disregard for his contributions is evident. She persistently questions his choices, not out of disagreement, but merely to demonstrate her independence from him. She stands firm in her independence, dismissing his attempts to take charge. Whenever he seeks to assert himself, she reinforces her self-sufficiency, making it clear that she requires no assistance. In time, he comes to understand that he is not in a relationship. He is engaged in a contest. He is striving to prove his worth to a woman who has already determined that men offer no genuine significance. That is a path to defeat. Here is the truth of the matter. A woman who perceives men as superfluous will never truly appreciate the value a good man contributes. She remains perpetually poised to leave, firmly believing in her ability to handle everything independently. As a person of integrity, it is unwise to squander your time seeking validation from someone who is unwilling to recognize your value. Step away. A woman who genuinely appreciates men will demonstrate it through her actions, not merely through words, but through deeds. 2. My former partner exhibited harmful behavior. When a woman shares that her ex was toxic, your initial reaction may be to express sympathy for her situation. Consider taking the initiative to be the one who treats her with kindness and respect. Before proceeding, pause and reflect. This assertion may not convey the meaning you assume it does. Indeed, there are individuals whose behavior can be harmful. There exist detrimental relationships, adverse experiences, and genuine victims. When a woman persistently attributes all her misfortunes to her ex, neglecting to acknowledge her own contributions to the situation, it's essential to recognize the warning signs that are clearly present. A person who does not acknowledge their past actions is bound to find themselves trapped in the same detrimental cycles in future relationships. Contemplate this. If every partner she has chosen has exhibited traits of narcissism, manipulation, or abuse, it raises important questions about her own choices and the patterns she may be repeating. It appears she may either consistently select unsuitable partners, indicating a lack of discernment, or she could be altering her narrative to evade responsibility. Consider the implications of her never acknowledging her past mistakes. How do you think she will respond when challenges arise in your relationship? She will portray you as the next toxic individual and proceed as if she is the one wronged. Let us analyze this with a practical example. A man begins a relationship with a woman who often expresses her disdain for her former partner. Initially, he expresses understanding. He offers her reassurance, emphasizing that he is not like the others. Yet, as time progresses, he becomes aware of an unusual occurrence. In every disagreement, she steadfastly denies any responsibility. When he highlights a mistake she made, she skillfully reframes the situation to portray herself as the victim. It is troubling that she continually references her past relationship to rationalize her own shortcomings. For instance, when he sets a boundary, she responds with, "My ex used to be controlling in the same way." If he addresses her disrespect, she responds, "You sound just like him." Before he knows it, he finds himself treading lightly, fearful of being branded as yet another negative presence in her journey. This is the outcome when an individual does not take responsibility for their errors. She brings them into each new relationship, consistently adopting the role of the victim. If she consistently assumes the role of the victim, it inevitably positions you as the villain. A woman of true worth will recognize the complexities of a failed relationship, understanding that there are lessons to be learned from both perspectives. She'll say, "The situation with my ex didn't unfold as I hoped, and I've gained wisdom from it." That is the type of woman who evolves, embraces accountability, and steers clear of past errors. Yet a woman who solely places blame on her former partner, she is merely biding her time for another to bear the consequences. Depart before you find yourself woven into her narrative. Have you ever encountered a woman expressing, "I require a man capable of managing my complexities"? Initially, it may come across as a light-hearted test, as if she is inviting you to demonstrate your strength to be worthy of her presence. Let us be unequivocal. This does not serve as praise. When a woman expresses this, she is not seeking a man who embodies strength and confidence. She seeks a companion who will endure her challenging demeanor without imposing any responsibility on her. Consider it a caution, not an invitation. She is openly declaring her intention to introduce disorder. And rather than focusing on her own growth, she anticipates that you will adapt to her unpredictability. Now reflect on this. Why should a man ever feel the need to manage a woman? A relationship should not resemble an obstacle course, demanding that you continually demonstrate your resilience by enduring needless turmoil. A man of great worth does not manipulate women. He guides, constructs, and cultivates tranquility in his existence. When a woman expresses this sentiment, it indicates that tranquility is not what she is contributing to the situation. This mindset transforms relationships into a contest for dominance rather than fostering a true partnership. Rather than fostering mutual respect, it transforms into an ongoing challenge of your tolerance for absurdity. And here lies the perilous aspect. The greater your tolerance, the diminished respect she will hold for you. She will challenge you, provoke you, and stir up discord merely to gauge your commitment. If you do, she will not perceive you as resilient. If you fail to establish boundaries, she may perceive you as lacking strength. Now, let's change our perspective for a moment. Consider a scenario where a man expresses, "I require a partner capable of managing my complexities." How might that be expressed? It would resonate as a clear warning sign. A man who presents challenges burdened by his issues and resistant to transformation. Such a quality is unlikely to draw admiration. And yet, when certain women express this, they anticipate that men will rise to the occasion and endure behavior that is simply unacceptable. A woman who values men requires no special treatment. She perceives relationships not as a challenge to be conquered, but as a realm where trust, collaboration, and mutual effort thrive. She does not instigate turmoil merely to test your loyalty. She holds peace in the same regard as you do. Here is the reality. When a woman expresses the need for a man who can handle her, she is essentially communicating that she intends to be challenging. and she anticipates your willingness to endure it. That does not constitute a relationship. That requires significant emotional effort. A man of worth should never squander his time trying to prove himself to a woman who views him as a challenge rather than a companion. Step away. A woman deserving of your attention will not require management. She will understand the importance of respect and appreciation, fostering harmony rather than conflict. Some individuals employ a strategy to evade accountability. It is an attempt to suppress your voice through guilt. One of the phrases they often embrace is this: "Your thoughts reveal a lack of confidence." When you find yourself questioning a matter, establishing a boundary or voicing a concern, and her response is to undermine your confidence, it is crucial to take note of this behavior. This is not merely a casual remark. It is a tactic aimed at instilling self-doubt, diverting attention from the actual problem at hand. Men of true worth recognize that maintaining standards is not a sign of weakness. Desiring respect is not a sign of weakness. Experiencing discomfort regarding specific behaviors does not equate to insecurity. In reality, it is fundamentally contrary. It reflects a deep sense of self-worth and a clear understanding of your rightful place. When a woman wishes to avoid accountability, she may turn the situation around and place the blame on you. Contemplate this. You voice a concern, and rather than participating in a genuine dialogue, she immediately shifts the blame onto you. Now you find yourself in a position of defense, justifying your lack of insecurity instead of addressing the core issue at hand. That is deliberate. When she causes you to doubt your own worth, she escapes the need to justify her actions. What is the most challenging aspect? Numerous individuals succumb to it. They begin to ponder. Perhaps she has a point. Perhaps their reaction is excessive. Perhaps silence is the better course of action. And just like that, their voice in the relationship fades into silence. They cease to articulate their thoughts, neglect to uphold their boundaries, and begin to tread lightly, all in an effort to evade the label of insecurity. Let us clarify this matter. This reflects a lack of confidence on her part. A woman who values you will acknowledge your emotions. She will not dismiss you the instant you attempt to express yourself. Instead, she will listen, engage, and navigate challenges with the composure and wisdom of a mature adult.
When a woman resorts to labeling you as insecure to evade responsibility, it's essential to recognize the dynamics at play. She is steering clear of the essential discussion. This is not a matter of excessive sensitivity or overanalyzing situations. It's essential to be aware of when others are trying to influence your thoughts and actions. A man of true worth remains steadfast, refusing to let others distort his beliefs or undermine his principles. He remains resolute, expresses himself with precision, and does not allow emotional manipulations to undermine his stance. It is essential to identify the underlying pattern. As soon as you raise a concern, she swiftly leads you to reflect on your own thoughts and actions. Rather than clarifying her choices or acknowledging your viewpoint, she redirects the focus onto you. This is a battle of the mind. If she can diminish the validity of your feelings, then she triumphs without needing to alter her behavior.
When a woman persistently dismisses your concerns by labeling you as insecure, take a moment to reflect on this situation. She lacks respect for you and is unwilling to entertain any inquiries. That is not a partner you choose to construct a future with. That is a woman you choose to distance yourself from. 5. Others desire my presence. When a woman asserts that other men desire her, she is conveying more than a mere observation. She is challenging your resolve. She seeks to observe your response. Will you experience jealousy? Will you begin to seek her attention? Or will you maintain your composure and demonstrate that you do not seek approval? A woman who genuinely values you will not find it necessary to point out that other men are drawn to her. She recognizes her value, and does not wield it as a means to manipulate or dominate you. When a woman presents this statement to you, she is likely motivated by one of two underlying reasons. Number 1, she is in pursuit of affirmation. She seeks to be valued not solely by you, but by all around her. She seeks validation from others and requires ongoing affirmation of her desirability. This type of woman seeks constant affirmation from others, often prioritizing external approval over genuine intimacy with a single partner. 2, she is assessing how you will respond. She seeks to test your resolve and provoke doubt within you. When you allow jealousy to take hold or feel the need to compete with other men, you give her the upper hand. She has come to understand that she possesses the power to govern her emotions. A man of true worth remains vigilant, avoiding such pitfalls. A woman who values you will not attempt to make you feel expendable. She will not leverage other men to compel you into striving more for her attention. However, should she choose to do so, it serves as a significant warning sign. You find yourself in the company of a woman, and the atmosphere is favorable. The dialogue is unfolding naturally, revealing a strong connection. Then, unexpectedly, she remarks, "You know, I receive attention from others quite frequently. Individuals often seek my company for outings. A man of lesser worth may easily fall for the trap. He may begin to inquire, 'Oh, really? Who is expressing interest in you?' Or perhaps more troubling, 'I am confident in my superiority over them.' He finds himself striving for her validation, fully aware that she holds the reins of influence over him. However, a man of great worth, he remains unperturbed. He may simply respond with a smirk and say, 'That's nice.' Alternatively, if he truly seeks to convey a message, he might respond with, 'Good for them.' Let us observe whether they can maintain their pace. He communicates with precision. He remains untroubled and free from the urge to compete. When a woman engages in these behaviors, she demonstrates a preference for attention rather than loyalty. If her desire for attention outweighs her regard for you, she is not the type of person you should have in your life. A woman who genuinely values and wants you will never treat you as a mere option. She will ensure you feel valued and important. Step away. Allow the others to pursue her. A man of true worth does not engage in competition. He makes a choice. 6. True strength lies in this action. When someone asserts that genuine men behave in a certain way, take a moment to reflect on who has the authority to define what constitutes a true man. Often this phrase fails to reflect genuine masculinity. It is a strategy aimed at inducing guilt to compel you into compliance with her desires. When a woman begins to define what constitutes a true man, she is advancing her own perspective. She seeks to confine you, urging you to compromise your standards, your boundaries, and at times even your self-respect, all in an effort to validate your masculinity. However, let us confront reality. A true individual does not heed the commands of one who lacks comprehension of what it means to embody strength and character. This is a point where many individuals stumble. Many individuals succumb to this fallacy, having been shaped to think that their value is determined by their ability to meet the expectations of others. Some individuals are exerting themselves excessively, navigating obstacles, and sacrificing their principles merely to evade the label of not being a true man. Rise and embrace the day. If a woman finds herself needing to remind you of your responsibilities, it indicates a lack of respect for your character. A man of true worth finds no necessity in seeking a woman's approval to affirm his masculinity. He remains resolute in his identity, refusing to allow emotional manipulation to govern his actions. Clarity is essential. This phrase is seldom employed with the true intention of empowering men. It's rare to hear a woman express that true strength lies in a man's dedication to his purpose or in his commitment to nurturing his mental and emotional health. No, it consistently serves her interests. True strength lies in the ability to embrace responsibility and support one another, regardless of traditional roles. In essence, adhere to my expectations or you fail to embody true masculinity. What is the most challenging aspect? Some individuals succumb to it. They begin to overcompensate, believing that by demonstrating their worth, they will gain her respect. Respect is not bestowed upon the individual who seeks validation from others. It is bestowed upon the individual who establishes the atmosphere and remains unyielding against manipulative emotions.
Here is the truth of the matter. True masculinity is not defined by the expectations of others. It revolves around embracing authenticity, cultivating strength, and fostering self-sufficiency. A true individual stands firm against manipulation and does not yield to submission. He takes charge of his choices, remains steadfast in them, and requires no one's approval to fully embody his masculinity. When faced with a woman's perspective on what defines a real man, choose not to engage in debate or self-defense. Simply walk away with composure. Once you begin to defend your masculinity to her, you have already surrendered your position. 7. If this task is not completed, I will seek out someone else to fulfill it. When a woman expresses, "If you don't take this action, I will seek someone who will," she is conveying more than mere words. She is laying bare her complete perspective. This reflects a clear sense of manipulation and entitlement. She is not seeking a connection grounded in mutual respect. She seeks a trade. If you fail to fulfill her expectations, she will cast you aside as if you were of no value. Many individuals often misinterpret this aspect. Rather than acknowledging this as a significant warning sign, they succumb to anxiety. They begin to exert themselves, making every effort to ensure her contentment. Consider this. Why would you choose to hold on to someone who views you as easily substituted? A man of true worth remains unyielding in the face of ultimatums. This statement serves as a trial, and your reaction will shape the overall nature of your connection. By yielding to her demands, you inadvertently teach her that she can manipulate the situation through the threat of departure. And consider this. This is just the beginning. Today, it is but a modest request. Tomorrow, it will be a greater challenge. Before you realize it, you find yourself relinquishing all control in the relationship, with her taking the lead. A woman who values you will not resort to threats to achieve her desires. She will engage in mature dialogue, articulate her needs, and participate in a meaningful exchange. However, a woman who resorts to ultimatums is engaging in a struggle for control. She seeks to determine if she can provoke your pursuit. By doing so, you validate her perspective. This is the moment when many must become aware. Many individuals function under the limitations of a scarcity mindset. They believe that withholding what she desires will result in her departure, leaving them in solitude. However, this is the truth. If a woman chooses to depart over a minor issue, allow her to do so. Her commitment to you was never genuine from the outset. A woman who truly respects you will not attempt to manipulate your choices in such a manner. Let's face the truth. Do you truly believe that a woman who frequently presents ultimatums is a suitable partner for cultivating a resilient relationship? If she readily claims she'll seek someone else, it indicates her mind is already considering alternatives. Her loyalty does not lie with you. She remains steadfast in her commitment to what you offer. When faced with a woman attempting to manipulate you with such words, remain steadfast. Do not engage in arguments. Do not plead, and certainly do not waver in your principles. Observe her, acknowledge with a nod, and grant permission to proceed. Observe how swiftly the situation transforms. A person who chooses to step away is one who remains ungoverned.
A woman who genuinely values you will not resort to testing, manipulation, or making you feel the need to demonstrate your worth. If she does, it reveals that she does not regard you as a man. She perceives you as an individual to dominate. Once you permit it, defeat is already upon you. Many men overlook this fundamental truth. Enduring this is not a necessity. When a woman begins to use these phrases, she is testing your resolve to see if you will falter. Many individuals succumb to this notion, believing that adherence is necessary to maintain harmony. True tranquility arises from understanding your worth and distancing yourself from those who fail to honor it. The reality is, if she is prepared to challenge you, she is also prepared to move on from you. If she is prepared to move on without you, it indicates that your worth was not genuinely recognized from the beginning. Refrain from engaging in disputes. Refrain from engaging in negotiations. Simply disengage. That is the epitome of strength and control. Now, I invite you to share your thoughts. Have you ever encountered a woman who employed these tactics? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will review them and provide my response. Let us engage in a meaningful dialogue. If you want to dig deeper into these concepts, consider joining my community. This community provides insights to help you master your manhood in the modern dating landscape. Stay strong, stay focused, and protect your inner strength. Thank you for your interest. See you soon.